I'm Layla. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Xanax, my experience with it, what to look out for, what to expect if you're going to do it, things not to do Xanax with, and how to know if your Xanax is real. Alright, so first off, I'm just going to tell you, Xanax is if you don't already know, Xanax is a benzodiazepine, which is in the same class as like Klonopin and Valium, diazepam, lorazepam. All those guys. I don't know how to do my highlighter, so don't even come for me. But yeah, it's in that category of those things is used to treat panic disorder, which is when you have chronic panic attacks like all the time. I'm not talking about like you had a panic attack, you need Xanax now. No, like when you have panic attacks multiple times, and like when you like places like will give like places that will like remind you of like having a panic attack, will give you panic attack, like all that kind of stuff. I'm not an expert, I don't know, but I know that's what it's for. Everybody knows that rappers these days do Xanax bars. It doesn't make them cool. Doing Xanax bars does not make you cool, last time I checked. Praying to God, loving your mother, and smoking weed makes you cool. To know if your Xanax is real, the signs of real Xanax bars are it tastes like fucking shit. It will taste like fucking shit. Real ones, real crackheads will chew up their Xanax. It tastes bad. You won't want it on your tongue. It tastes fucking nasty. But bars are very rare these days, like real bars. All of them, if you're just a fucking kid looking for Xanax, unless your friend is getting it straight out of his mother's medicine cabinet, I'm sure your Xanax is fake. Most green bars you get are going to be fake. When you bite into it, I recommend you don't chew it, but to make sure it's real, they're hard to break. Like, biting into it, it's hard to break it. I put a Xanax on my tongue one time, it dissolved immediately, and that's how I knew it was fake. And it tastes like Klonopin, which is like a minty flavor. But, yeah, fucking shitty Xanax will be easy to break. It'll be crumbly. You gotta look at the lettering on it, and like the print. Is it like very fine print, or is it like have little tiny chips in it, or is it like, compare two bars next to each other, are they the same exact size? Do the outlines of them have like, are they different? Just look at them next to each other and use your good seeing eyes. Do they look like dead on exactly the same? If they do, you might have a real bar. But yeah, like I said, most green bars are going to be fake. Hulks, the taste, the texture, all that. I've never tested any of the drugs I've bought. I always just took them because I figured like, oh, if I get laced, like free high, ha ha ha. That's not the case. We all know what happened to Lil Peep. R.I.P. Lil Peep, miss you. It's like happening everywhere. Fentanyl is like being put into everything. Like, I've been hearing about like meth and coke and acid, like LSD, having fentanyl in it. For just to let you know, fentanyl is an opiate that cancer patients are given because they're in fucking pain. And that shit is like, fentanyl is like their little grains. What, like 2 grains will kill you. 2 grains is like how you overdose. So it's very powerful. Yeah, so we all know Xanax has been being laced with fentanyl, and it's so sad. So I guess these days since I don't do drugs anymore, I don't have to worry about that. But I would test what you're buying these days. Like, if you're about the experience, like, I would test it. If you're just trying to get fucked up, please be safe. Like, still, maybe test it. Like, please be safe. Don't die. But yeah, look out for the Fent. Not Fenty. Sorry, that wasn't funny. That wasn't funny. Do not mix Xanax with alcohol. Remember that you will black out. You will black out if you mix Xanax with alcohol. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, you'll black out. I know people who are like, I took like Xanax and I'm drinking a beer. Like, okay, scratch that. Hard liquor. I don't drink beer. Like, never have. I mean, I have drank beer, but I never preferred it. It's like, just get to the point. Let's get drunk. Like, why am I trying to drink beer? Shit gives you a yeast infection anyway. Don't drink alcohol and do Xanax. Like, Xanax makes you feel drunk. Like, what's the point? Yeah. Segueing right into the next topic. What does Xanax make you feel like? The best way I can describe it is that jewel break. That was a good jewel hit. Damn. I love this thing. Anyway, I would describe Xanax, the feeling is like, yeah, like you're drunk, except when we're chill, like, your inhibitions are, like, released? I don't really know what inhibitions, let me look it up. Google. Release your inhibitions. Definition. Inhibition, a feeling that makes one self-conscious and unable to act in a relaxed and natural way. Okay, exactly. You don't have inhibitions. You don't have an inhibition, I guess, on Xanax. You do not have a conscience. You do not think before you act. You just do. No anxiety whatsoever, which is why it's extremely addictive. Like, it's very addictive. Your anxiety's gone. You don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks or what you do or how other people are looking at you. You're just relaxed and you feel fucked up. Like, you won't remember anything. I mean, you might remember some parts. Like, I remembered things, but if you black out, obviously you won't remember anything. It's just, it's a very tricky drug to just dabble in. Like, I really respect people that have never done it, but I also respect people that can just do it once and, like, or twice and, like, that's it. Like, they do it every once in a while. Like, that's crazy. I don't know how you have that strength. Like, that's awesome. But I would just recommend you don't do it at all. When you take it, did I already say what it, yeah, I already said what it'll look like. It'll taste fucking gross. It'll kick in like 5 to 10 minutes, 15 at the latest. But for some people it takes a while. I'm really thin, like I have no body fat, like I am just small, so things tend to hit me faster. But I've known people who will, like, this has happened to me, you take one and you're like, oh, I don't feel it, so you take another one and then you black out, which is always smart and fun and great and the right thing to do. So if you are going to take it, please wait, if you don't, 30 minutes, I'm talking wait 30 minutes, and I would always start off with a half. I am not I have to clarify, I am not saying you should do Xanax, and I'm not promoting it in any way, but I want people to have knowledge if they're going to do a drug of any sort. I want you to be like, I want you to be smart about it. Like, I'm not going to be able to stop you. I'm only going to be able to give you some knowledge about what you should expect and what might happen. You will fall asleep. I remember before I did Xanax, I asked my friend, like, oh, how long does it last? She's like, oh, I don't know, 3 hours, but you're going to fall asleep first. And I was like, oh, haha, no, I won't. And of course, I did. You will fall asleep. Makes you really tired. Yeah, I've always fallen asleep. I've never, like, taken a Xanax and, like, had it wear off and still be awake. If you don't fall asleep, you'll probably black out. My first experience with Xanax goes a little something like this. Ding ding. I was in high school. Homecoming was coming up. Yeah, homecoming was coming up. Or it was homecoming day. And we got out of school early. And I had this friend who sold a lot of drugs, so I was like, oh, she was telling me about Xanax, like, have you ever done Xanax, blah blah blah. So I was like, I'm gonna do that. I hit her up to buy like 2 bars. Real homie. Oh yeah, don't pay any more than like $7 for a bar. That's still pretty high. $5 is the best price. If they're pressed, definitely $5, $5 or $6. Like, I wouldn't pay more than $7 for a bar. Only real fiends pay more than fucking $7 for a bar. I had an ex who literally paid $10 a bar, which was stupid because they weren't even real. But anyway, she sold me 2 for 2 together is $10, obviously. And I was planning on meeting a friend downtown. So I'm gonna show you like this. Here is my high school. There was a road down here. I met my friend somewhere along this way. And then all the way down here is the downtown, and there was like a park, and there was like some shops and like restaurants. So I'm sitting at my friend's house, like buying the shit from her. We were smoking weed or whatever, and I was like super like uncomfortable and anxious because I didn't know any of her friends, and they were all so pretty, and I was like, oh my god, like I look like a little kid. And I bought them from her, and I get a text from my friend who was supposed to meet downtown, and she's like, oh, can I meet you a little bit later? I want to hang out with my boyfriend, like it's me and so-and-so's day. And I'm like, bitch, you and, I'll call him Greg, it's you and Greg's day every fucking day. Like, it like kind of pissed me off a lot because my friend was like, she was my best friend, and she was always ditching me for her boyfriend. It's her first boyfriend, I think. And she was just in love with a dick. She just loved dick, and she could not get enough of it. So obviously I took that as like, oh, dick is more important than my friendship. So I was like, fuck you, like I'm gonna take this Xanax bar. So I took half, and mind you, I'm already downtown by the time I take half. And I got some food at like Panera or something because I had hella time. And then I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. I went back to the park, and I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. So I walked down to this store, and I go in the back, and I go to the bathroom, and I walk out, and I'm like, oh, something's missing in my hand. I think this is when it started to kick in. I'm like, oh, something's missing in my hand. It's my food. I go back to the bathroom. I look at myself. I'm like, oh, girl. And then I leave the bathroom, and I'm walking back to the park, and I'm like passing by this, like, I think it was like a law firm or something. I don't know, but it was like a building, and there was like a little patch of like a little tiny patch of grass, and there's like a window. And I was like, I think I'm just gonna like post up on this grass for a second. So I like lounge out on the grass like this, and I'm just like sitting there like smoking a cigarette, like laying on this grass, and like I see the people in the window like looking down at me. Like a couple people are looking. I don't know like because who does that? Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm so weird and quirky for laying in this grass, but like, there was a park right down the street. Like, I could have just gone there and like kicked it, but I decided to sit on the grass right by their building. But I was like, of course, since the Xans were kicking in, I was like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, I can't get in trouble, so I was laying there, and this guy goes by on his hoverboard, and when I tell you I was shook, I was like, I don't think I'd ever seen one in real life. I was like, oh my god, I thought it was a dream. Like, I thought I was in a dream. I was like, this is crazy. Like, are they shooting a movie right now? I remember thinking, is someone shooting a movie right now? And this guy's just like on his hoverboard, like going by, you know, the little rolly things. And that was crazy to me. I was like, no way. So I'm watching this guy go by, and I'm like just astounded. And then I'm like, I want to like roll around some grass. I go back to the park, which is like not even a block away, and I'm like, I don't want to wear my shoes anymore. So I took off my ugly little black Vans, tied the laces together in a knot, climbed up a tree, and hung them in the tree because I didn't have a bag. Like, I had like a little bag. It was a little black bag that I'd carry around, but it couldn't fit shoes in there, so I didn't want to carry my shoes around, so I just put them in a tree. And I was like, nobody's gonna get my shoes. And I climbed back down from the tree, and I was like, I'm gonna take a little nap. So I lay down in the grass, and I'm closing my eyes, relaxing, feeling the sun on my freaking face, and I hear, Layla, hey, and it's my friend, and I'm like, and like she comes up to me, and I'm laying on the grass, and she's like, hey, Layla, and I don't remember too much, because, oh, I forgot to say, I took the other half of my bar when I was sitting in that grass in front of that building, and, what I remember is she's like, hey, Layla, and I opened my eyes, and I was like, what's up? Slurring, fucking, like, worse than when you're drunk, and she's like, you're fucked up right now, and I was like, no, I'm not, and I get up, she pulls me up, and I immediately, not like fall back, like I went and fell backwards. And she was like hella pissed. She was like, oh my god, like, you're fucked up right now. Like, she was mad. But when you're on Xanax, you don't really take other people's feelings or like emotions accountable or like into consideration. So I was just like, oh, I'm in the presence of my friend, like, she loves me, I love her, like, this is a good time. So I wasn't really thinking like, oh, she's hella fucking pissed right now because I am fucked up. But I was like, okay, like, let's go get some food. So I like dragged her down to this place called Kim's, which was a cute little Asian market, like one of my favorite places to go. I need to write them an apology letter because I like stole from them too many times, and like I should like do not steal from small businesses. Like, those are people just trying to fucking support themselves. Like, big corporations, who gives a fuck? But small businesses, like small local businesses, you should, like, don't even think about it. You're an evil person. I was an evil person. You're an evil person if you do that. Like, don't do it. So I need to, like, I want to apologize or something. I don't know if they'll press charges, but yeah, so we go down this market, and I'm like, what do you want? Like, I'll get you some sushi. So I get her some sushi, and I get like some little drinks or whatever. And I felt like hot shit. Like, I felt like I was hot as fuck. I bought this, like, it was like a melon cream like popsicle. So good. Oh my god. I'm gonna cry. I almost felt like crying. So good. They're so good. I forgot what they were called. But I love those little things. And I made her try one because I was like, you have to try these. Like, they're so good. And, yeah, I made her try it. And, we're sitting there. I'm like, take a picture of me. Like, I look good. I saw the picture recently. It's not a good picture. My forehead is huge. This was before I had bangs. And then I was like, let's go to the thrift store, like, or the consignment store around the corner. So, like, I drag her down to the consignment store, and, like, we get in, and in the very back, there's, like, a chest, like, a wooden chest. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go, like, lay down on that wooden chest, because I'm kind of tired, my feet hurt, or just something stupid like that. And I pass out immediately. I wake up, and my friend is like, Layla, we're going. And I was, like, confused as to why she's mad. Apparently I was passed out on this chest, like, laying there, like, with my head hanging off, and, like, my arm out. And apparently people were, like, asking if I was okay. And, like, that's embarrassing for all parties involved, so, she was like, we're going home, like, let's go to my house. And which would have been the smartest decision, because her house was, like, really chill. Like, usually her dad wasn't there, but when he was, like, he would just be, like, in his room or, like, drunk and watching South Park, so I could kind of, like, kick it there and fall asleep at her house and be fine. And, yeah, so I was like, no, which I don't know why. Like, to this day, I don't know why I didn't want to go to her house. I think it's because she was mad, and I was, like, not feeling the vibes, bro. Not feeling the vibes. So I let her get on the bus and go home, which I should have done, but instead I called this girl who I recently, this girl, I'm going to call her Jay. She wasn't allowed to hang out with me anymore because we both got drunk at school, and she got caught because she couldn't handle her shit. Learn how to handle your alcohol. I love her though. She's sweet. But she couldn't handle her liquor, so she got caught, and they checked her car, and there was an empty bottle of Smirnoff. So her parents would not allow her to hang out with me anymore. So yes, we weren't really talking. And I called her. I was like, hey, what's up? Like, can you give me a ride? Bum ass bitch. Like, who does that? She's like, I'm at homecoming. I'm like, seriously now? Like, can you just give me a ride? Oh my god. See, that's what goes through your head. You don't even think. You just think. You don't think. Like, I was just like, Jay, car, ride? Yeah, that'll work. Call her up. So stupid. And then, so, of course, call my mommy. I called my mom. So I called my mom, and she came and picked me up, and immediately she's like, you are drunk. Like, what's wrong with you? And my mom was pissed. Like, she's like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I'm not even drunk, Mom. Like, what are you talking about? And, yeah, she drove me home. She was like, she's like, you're drunk. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just tired. I had a hard day. I'm just really tired. And, yeah. Yeah. I got home. I remember looking in the mirror in the bathroom, going back to my room. I was keeping my other Xanax bar in my cigarette box, in my box of cigarettes in the little lid. Took it out, ate it, fell face first onto my bed, and obviously I passed out. And then the next morning, I woke up, my mom's like, if you're gonna spend money on cigarettes, it's not gonna be my money. That's when she found out I smoked cigarettes, and I was like, okay. But yeah. That was the first time I did Xanax. I did not know I took my friend to that Asian food store until a few days later when I went to the store with her again and tried to make her eat the popsicle, and she was like, I already tried this. And I was like, when? She's like, the other day. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, when you were fucked up. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, that was my first Xanax story. I never got my shoes back down from the tree that I fucking put up there. Bought a bunch of food with no second thought. Fell asleep in a consignment store. Called some girl who, like, I was not friends with to ask her for a ride. Then I went home. And I did it multiple more times after that. Love Xanax. It's bad for you, though. It's so bad. it makes you dumb. It makes you so dumb. Like, shit kills your brain cells. But yeah, that was my story. I have hella more stories to tell, but I don't want all my stories to be like, this is the time I did this drug, because it makes you look stupid. Like, I don't want to look like, oh my god, like, I did drugs. But it's like a big part of my life were drugs, so I just want to get my stories out there. I want to, like, get them out there. Like, I want to, like, get them out there. And I just want to, like, get them out there. Like, I just want people to know what to expect when they do new things. I want them to know what to expect. What to expect when they try new things. Yeah, please like and subscribe to my channel. Posting new videos probably all the time because I have nothing to do, but I'll probably post. I don't have like a designated time as to when I'm gonna post these videos, but it'll probably be like every day, every other day. If not, like, I'll update y'all's. Yeah, what other stories do you want to hear about? Comment below, link in the description, comment below, buy my merch, like my pic, follow me on Twitter, eat my pussy.